Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So, today I thought we would decorate some pages in our book, and I have some things together and I have some things prepared. So, I thought we would start in signature number 1. And I made this. This is made from those playing cards that I showed you guys. They come in a box that looks like this, and they're poker sized cards, and they're a lot of fun. And I haven't inked them up or anything. Well, actually, I guess I did. As you can see on the back, I just used the black ink, and this is ink that I'm using. It's not oxide. So I made a little side tuck with it, and I thought that I would put it. Yeah, see, I couldn't decide what side to use, and then I ended up covering up their faces. So I thought I would put that right here, to kind of make it a side tuck. And usually when I do things on this side, I bring them over here because it's just easier to put things in. But we could also use it as a belly band. Now, I'm not a big belly band girl. So let's see if we can put it over here. Make sure that it kind of works over here. But, it's called a side tuck for a reason, isn't it? So maybe let me find a page that, maybe this page. Let's kind of get in the middle. Yeah, I think I want to put it there. Now, before I glued these cards together, I did use my sandpaper, and, oops, pulled that right off. I did use my sandpaper, and I scuffed them up a little bit because they are really, really slippery. It feels like they have like that little wax coating on them that cards do. So if you're going to, create something like this in your journal, you might want to invest in a piece or two of a really fine sandpaper to scuff them up. And if you can't do that, then if you've got an old emery board, one that's just, seen better days, then that works. I've used all my old emery boards until there's nothing left of the emery on them. It's only board. And they work too. They work really well, as a matter of fact. So you can use one of those, and they'll work just as well. And what you want to do is the area that you're going to be gluing is the area that you want to... okay, so I'm just gluing the area, that I want to put down. You want to scuff up the area that you're going to be gluing. Now, if you're not really sure, just do the whole card. If you don't have either, but you have something like a clear gesso, or you have, hold on a second, I'm trying to get this straight. Okay, or you have a clear gesso, that will work. Or you have a matte medium, that will work. You can put that over it. You just want to make sure that it dries really well before you do anything on it. Before you glue them together. Okay, so now we have a nice little side tuck. We need to let them dry, completely dry down, before we do anything else with it. Okay, now I made this this is a belly band. And Alice, I don't know if you can see her. Where is she here? She's right here. She has this little frou-frou dress on. So I thought we'd give our little belly band a little frou-frou. Now, because the paper that comes in the paper pad isn't as long as as the paper in the book, I thought, well, I'm going to make it that long. So that was why I added the little layered frou-frou at the bottom, and I added some ribbon. And this is a double one. So I've got a layer here, and then I'm going to have a layer under here. And we're going to put this back here in the second signature. Am I in number 2? Yes, I am in number 2. And I think I'm going to put it back here by the red. I'm going to put it right back here. And I want it, you know, my lace is going to stick out down here. So, woohoo, I really like that. Okay. So, and it's sewed on. I just, you know, got out the old sewing machine and sewed away. Had a lot of fun doing that. And the lace was pre-sewed before I sewed it onto here. Each layer was independently sewed. And then I sewed it onto the red, and then I sewed the red onto the red and white. So now it's all sewed together. Now this could also be a side tuck. If you don't like belly bands, this could also be another side tuck. If you like the style, but you know, you don't like belly bands. They're not my favorite. I do like the decorating in the page, but I don't particularly like to use belly bands. But you could use them, you know, you could glue an edge closed. You know, you could glue an edge over here closed and use them as a side tuck. And then you'd have a layered side tuck. Like if I would have glued this edge, these two edges closed, I could have moved it over to this edge, glued it down, and had a layered side tuck. Okay, so again, I can't put anything under here until this all completely dries, because this is really wet since there are threads under here. So let's see, what else did I make here? So I also have some tags. Now, I think I did mention before that this book will be for sale. Now, I did attach something here on the corner. Here it is. And so I'm not going to completely decorate this book, but whoever purchases the book will get the ephemera, whatever's left of the of this paper. They will get that. They will also get the stickers that go with it, so that they can continue decorating the book. Okay, so this is going to be a pocket that goes this way for one of the big tags. And I'll have everything packaged up, and I'll show you all when we're finished what comes with the sale of the book. So this is going to get glued this way. Now I need to glue it over here. Now, I really liked this page. It says, everything's got a moral if you can find it. Only if you can find it. And then on this page is also going to be a large pocket. Okay. And these two large pockets will have big tags in them. There we go. Now, again, I'm going to let that dry before I put the tags in them because I don't want them to stick. Now, this was supposed to actually have been sewn into the book, and it didn't get sewn in. So I think what I'm going to be doing is I will include this with the sale of the book, and whoever purchases the book can use it however they choose. So this is one of the tags, except it's not going to be going here. It will go someplace else. So I added this back here. This is just a flip open envelope. This tag is going to go, oh dear, there we go. back here in a pocket. So we need to add that pocket. So this is just one of the little extra pieces of paper that came in one of the packs that I bought. So I want to make a pocket for back there. And I need to sit down. So hold on a second. And I was thinking of using that Humpty Dumpty piece right there to make a pocket. But that paper is rather thin. So I think I have changed my mind on that because it is really, really thin paper. And that's another tag. So now where, and those are tags that I made from the master board. Okay, where's the paper for the pocket that I picked out? Let me get a hold of it. Maybe I already got it out. Had a little frog on it. Oh, here it is, right here. There it is. Okay. Now, this little tag is also a little pocket. Has a pocket. Oops, I need to glue this side. I forgot to glue this side closed. Okay. Okay, so this little frog is a little pocket. Now, he needs to be cut down, and we're going to mount him on a piece of just regular old black cardstock. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to mount him on this. We're going to cut him down, and we're just going to mount him on this piece of paper. So that's what we're going to do with him. So let's see, how big does this little frog need to be? So this is one of the illustrations out of the book. Oh, there we go. I think right there is good. And I want to keep these torn edges that I'm doing right here. Perfect. So the part that we're going to cover is going to be in the middle. Now this is a coffee dyed, it's just barely coffee dyed. It's just like, just a little bit. I know you probably can't see it, but it's just got a little bit of coffee dye on it. Now where is my, somewhere is my dauber. I guess this one will work. But now that I have got it torn, I want to go around these edges, and the black paper that we're going to use for the pocket is going to be in the middle of it, because I just want to add a little bit of support to it. I don't want it to be completely covered. There. I don't want it to be completely covered because it'll take away those torn edges. Okay. But it does need support because it's just a, it's just from an old book. So we are going to just give it a little mini pocket in the back. Okay, so I am cutting it Okay, so I'm cutting my black paper smaller than my actual image. There. It's not very straight either. Okay, let's pull this forward so I can cut it down here. Okay, so now this is the support piece on the back. Now, one thing I do need to make sure of is that all the edges are glued down. Need to make sure everything is glued down. I need to make sure the top, the sides, the bottom, everything. And then when he's put down, I won't glue on the paper, I'll glue on the back of the black paper. So let's see, I think this can be trimmed a little bit more. So let's pull this up before we glue it down, because this is still a little bit too long. And put some more glue across here. Come on. Just like that. There. Now, we still have our ragged edge of the paper tear, but we have the hidden pocket, actual support of the pocket in the back. Okay. So now I'm going to just glue down the black. So now, when I put it down on here, and I'm hiding it under the envelope, it looks like the paper is down. It doesn't look like it's, it's a hard pocket. There. And this is one of the poems that was in the book. And when you turn it over, it's over here, and more pockets can be added. But when you lift it up, it looks like that's the pocket. So one of these pockets, or one of these tags, of course it has to dry, can go in there. That's made from that little masterboard. But I'm going to slide it in there right now, because this needs to completely dry. Like that. Okay, so there's that pocket. Now, off of this page, I want to cut this page in half. And I want to cut out right across here the Humpty Dumpty. I want to use Humpty Dumpty. And we're going to use this for Humpty Dumpty. So I want to cut this in half. Okay, I can't see where that is. Now this page I'm going to put back in there. And right underneath the words about Humpty Dumpty, where is it? And right above that card. And that piece is going to go in there. Okay. Humpty Dumpty looks rather grumpy, doesn't he? Okay, I want him to come in as a pocket. And I want him to sit right here. I want him to actually be a side tuck. So, since he's kind of rounded anyhow, I need to trim off some of that white down here. I want this trimmed. And then I want this. All right, he is going to be a side tuck. And where's the side of him? This side. Now, I'm not taking him all the way to the bottom. I'm just leaving him up a little bit. And now he will be a nice little side tuck there. Now, also, let's put these tags back in here. That will go in there. Okay. Let's put this back over here. I also have, for this page, right next to Humpty Dumpty. Okay, where are they? Right here. These are the Graphic 45. They go with this set, but they're rub-ons. So coming up this page, I want to do some of these butterflies. Let me find where it opens here. Okay. Now, Humpty also has roses, and I was looking to, there's the roses. I want to take these roses that match him here. Now it's these. I think it's those. I want to cut those roses, and I want to put those across the top. I think it's those. Well, let's do the butterflies first. Let's cut the butterflies. Okay, let's get these cut. Okay, if you have never done rub-ons before, there are 2 pages. One page will be your backing page, and then the rub-ons themselves come on a sticky, they're on a sticky back page. Now, I think I want these right about here. And then this goes with it. Except it has to all be done separate. Now some of them will come with layers. And you can, of course, decide how you want them to go. Do I have that going the right way? I think I do. Maybe. And you'll be able to, pick and choose how you want them to go. Okay. Oh, I maybe should not have done it on this page because of that belly band back there. But they give you a little like popsicle stick kind of thing. I just use this, and you just rub over them, and before you move it, you just come to your first, and you pick up the top layer. It's like a clear plastic. After you've gone over it like I'm doing now, and you'll pick up the edge, and you'll see if it has transferred to your paper. And if it hasn't, you don't pick up the whole piece all at one time. You just pick up an edge and see if it's transferred. Because it's basically a great big sticker that you're rubbing down. That's basically what transfers are. They're just basically great big stickers. And you're rubbing down the whole sticky part. So you're putting down a great big sticker. So you have to make sure that as you're doing it, when you start, you need to hold it in place so that everything gets stuck. Okay, now that I've gone through everything on here, I'm making sure I've gone through the middle. Now I'm going to come back, and I'm only going to lift up one corner. And I'm going to see if things have transferred. Okay, so it's transferred here, but it did not transfer down here. So I can go back over where it didn't transfer, which was most likely where my hand was. And that's okay if it doesn't. Don't panic. Just go back over it. That's why you lift slowly and you just take a little peek. Because if it doesn't, you just lay it back down. And if you're having trouble with a spot, just use the other end of your bone folder. See, and I'm right on the edge of this, and that's most likely why it's not transferring. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper, and I'm going to stick it underneath there to kind of take away from that transfer edge like that. Now that will help me. That'll help take away that edge that I'm having trouble with. Because most likely I'm going to have trouble with that whole edge there. There we go. So now I can lift this up and I can check it again. And you can kind of tell because it starts turning lighter. The areas that have transferred will turn lighter than the areas that are not. There. Now, since I put that paper under, the areas that didn't transfer have transferred. Okay, so I'm just slowly moving it back. This was the area I was having trouble with. And it was because of that this belly band on the other side. I was hitting the edge of the paper. So by putting a piece of paper underneath, under the belly band, that helped. That helped a lot. Okay, so there we go. So now my butterflies are down. So now I'm going to take the words that ran through, and I'm going to take the words, and I'm going to have those come down the page also. But I won't make you sit through that. It's the exact same process as what we just did. There we go. So now that page will be decorated, but I'll do that off camera. You know, I won't have you sit through that too. And since I know that this belly band will be a problem, this is what I did. I put paper under there to keep it from being a problem. It's just a wad of the book page. I just put the book page under there to kind of pat it so that it wasn't a problem anymore. And that helped. That helped a lot. Okay, so I'm going to pull these out, pull these pages out, and then we are going to add some more pockets. All right, so I have these little playing cards that I thought would be fun to make into some pockets. So let's move that out of the way. So we're going to move that. On these bright pages like this, I thought these little black and white playing cards might be fun. These are just the Alice in Wonderland playing cards. And I thought they would be fun to make into some little pockets. And we did signature 2. So now let's come back here to signature 1. Now this is just a little tuck right here. That's just a little tuck. So let's come back here to signature 1. This is what we made in the last video. We just did that one. Okay. And this is the great big tuck that we made in the very first video. So how about we add our pockets? Let's see. Oh, now I like that. I think that looks nice there. Now, I like them there with the red. I like the red numbers on there. That's a nice little pop. Now, these are some layered pockets that are ready for some tags in them. So let's grab our tags and let's put some pockets in there. Let's grab them out here. Okay, we have this page that's left. It's going to be going with the book. So let's just go on and stick it in there. And we have some other little pages. Now, these pages are fun. These are just great big pages. Can you hear it? These are nice big pages. So I think I'm just going to maybe stick 2 of these in here like that. And then we'll put 1 back in the back there. And then we also have the die cuts that that I got to decorate pages with. So let's see what we have here. Let's see, we were going to do cards, weren't we? Let's do some cards first. I thought we had a page with split pockets on it. Let's see, what about this page? No, I think I like it the best up here. I think I like this one the best. So let's maybe do this page first. All right, so I'm just going to take my sandpaper here and scoot over here because let me lift this up a little bit. All right, so I'm just taking my little piece of sandpaper, and since I'm just going to be working on the back, I'm just rubbing the back a little bit just to kind of rough it up. And I'm probably off camera, sorry. I have to lay it down to do this. Yeah, I'm not very coordinated today, so I'm just rubbing it down to scuff them up a little bit so I can, you know, put the glue on the back of them. Okay, so now I'm wiping it off of the table. Okay, how about we get that off of there? Now, I'm just using my wipe to wipe that off of there. Now, I'm going to put our rub-ons back in the package. And I will finish up with those off screen. maybe, if I can figure out how to get them back in there. Oh dear, my desk is getting messy again. I'm trying really hard not to do that today. There we go. All right, let's put those back in. Okay, so here are the 2 cards. Okay, do we want them like that? I think maybe jig and jogging them like that. I think that would be good. Let's do that. And I think instead of pockets, let's maybe do this one so it comes in from that side. So we'll do this one this way. Let's do that one on that side. We'll put that one there. And I think this one we'll do is just a little tuck. So we'll do this one on the bottom and this side. We'll leave the top open on that one. And we'll do it over here. Like that. Okay, let's wipe that glue off of there. There, so now this one is just a little tuck. And this one is just a little pocket. There we go. Okay. So let's put our cards. Whoops, I just knocked the box on the floor. Good gracious. All right, let's put those back up at the top. Okay, so these little cutouts, they're little ephemera pieces. Have been fun to play with. You know, there's little frames and little people and, you know, things like that. Some of these were what I decorated the front of the book with. So let's see. So we did a page in number 1. Now, how about we go to, let's pop back here to number 2. Let's find something kind of right in here. Let's see about this page. Now, some of these are stickers. Like this one is a sticker. So, I think this is the one. I think, yeah, this is one of them. And they're vellum stickers. So, I can take it. It's a great big vellum sticker. So if you can find a page or a solid page that you'd like, you can put it on the page. So I like the red, so I think that's what we're going to do. We are going to use this big sticker. And we're just going to decorate this page with this lovely vellum sticker. There. So I have several of these. And a couple of these will go back here in this envelope. Let's go on and take our tag out. I think our pocket's probably dry. There we go. So those will go in there. So I think on this page, I want to put Alice up here. And oh, here's what I'm looking for. Now, maybe, do we want her there? Or do we want her there? So these two guys, so I like using, oh, I like that. I think we're going to use this as a little tuck. So we need to make sure that these little bipply bops are glued down. And I think I want to put Tweedledee and Tweedledum on a tag. I'm just not sure where. So I might include them in the buyer's bundle and let them decide. Okay, so now this is just a little tuck. So we're going to let this dry before we put anything in there. These little stamps, it's just, you know, little faux stamps. I don't think that's quite big enough. I don't particularly like that. Let's see, what do we have? That would have to be smaller. I think I just kind of like that right up there in the corner. Just peeking out of a page. No, I want it back here. I just want it right there. Just like, you know, you turn the page and there she is. Okay. Now, let's see if we have some dry pockets we can put some tags in. We should. Okay, this is a tag with a pocket and a pocket. So this one, we have a pocket here. And then we have a little pocket behind it. And then, of course, you can put something back there. Nice big spot there. Plus, it's a big tuck back here. Okay. Now, that doesn't have to go there, of course. You can put a couple of these back there. That's a nice big tuck. Okay. Okay, now these, I think I'm going to give those a couple more minutes since they were so slick. Okay, so we still have these two little pockets. Now, I think one of these was a short pocket. Which one was it? This one. That one was the short pocket. So let's find something that's a little lighter in color. That's the short pocket. So let's put that there. Now, we do have a tag. I don't want that tag there. But I think I do want that butterfly there. Butterflies, I've noticed, are very prevalent in this book. But you know what? I wonder if this guy will fit. Nope, he still does not fit. Well, dude, you're just going to have to be, you're just destined to be an altered paperclip. You are destined for that job. Roses and butterflies, I have noticed, are quite prevalent in these, in here. Alrighty. So you are going to go right here. Let's make sure you're not sticking out. Let's get you down here. Okay. There's the little guy. Now the little bunny rabbit. Now, I still have more things in here, of course. Okay. I think I like the lighter color better. Okay. Now back here, I think I'm going to put these two characters. Those already have things in them. Now in there, I'm going to tuck that big tag. Oh, I can feel our book. She's getting a little chunky. Now we've got a big pocket right here. What do we have here? Oh, we have Alice. We actually have Alice here. Okay. And I know I actually have the little bottle. So we'll have to find it. So we'll have to find it. And there's another big pocket. Here's a little tuck. Now, some of these are stickers here. Now, this is that big belly band that we created. Humpty Dumpty. I've got another tag in here someplace. Here's our tag, and she has a little side pocket right here. Has a little side pocket that we'll put a little. Okay, and then back here in this big pocket, some more of these little things. All right, so let's take a look at her, at Alice so far. Oops, we need to close this. Oh, she's not too bad, but we're not done yet. Yeah, we are not done yet. Okay, so we still have him to do. We still have all kinds of ephemera to put in there, and we still have the rest of our pockets to make. All right, so let's see how much time we have done today. We filled some pockets. We've made some pockets. Oh my gosh, and it's almost been an hour. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Here's the rest of those little tickets. I knew I had some more of those little tickets. You know how you just know you have them sometimes? For joining me today. It's been a lot of fun working on Alice and getting some things decorated and getting the pockets filled. And well, now it's time to move on and get some more things done and get some more pockets in there and some more pockets created. And get some more and get some more things in here. Because, oh my, I'm just having a whole lot of fun. Yeah, I am having a whole lot of fun. Oh, I like that on there. I like that on there a lot. I like that, the way the black and the red show up. Yes, I do. There we go. Yeah, see, I think I'm about done, and then I find something else. I don't particularly like that, though. I just like that. I think that looks fun. So I think I'm going to put that on there. There we go. All right. So thank you all for joining me today. I'm so glad you did, and I'm awfully glad that you have decided to follow along, and I hope you're creating a journal with me, and I hope that you're maybe working in your journal, because, you know, sometimes filling your journal can be just as exciting as, you know, just watching. That's what I like to do. I like to just work in my journals when I watch my creators that I like. I just work on my journals, especially when they're doing things like we're doing now. I just work in my journals, and when their little videos say craft with me, that's exactly what I do. I get my stuff out and I just craft along with them and have some fun. So, oh, I do like that tag now. I do like it. So there we go. So thank you for joining me and having some fun and creating, and there we go. See, I thought we were done, and we're not done. Look at that. We're just moving now, aren't we? And making some pockets and filling some pockets, because you know what? Pockets are where it is. I think pockets are the thing. Without a pocket, I'm lost. I am completely lost. That is for sure. So now I got to figure out what goes on here with Alice, you guys. So thanks again, you guys, for joining me, and welcome to all the new subscribers, and to my current subscribers that have hung out with me for so long. I'm so glad that you did, because man, oh man, our channel is growing, and I don't know what I would do without you, because without you, I wouldn't be here. I'd be talking to myself. Well, I'm talking to myself anyhow, but you know what I mean. So, until I see you again in the next Ladybug Journals video, ta-ta for now.